Hello and Happy New Year. This is Victor Mwaura, the author of Excelling KJSEA Mathematics, and a maths teacher. Now, last year I made a video predicting KJSEA Mathematics 2025, and as we begin this year, I would like us to look at what came in the exam against what I predicted. If you look at my video predicting KJSEA Mathematics 2025, KJSEA Mathematics paper will be one paper again, as I had said. You will have section A and section B. Section A will be out of 20 marks and it has 20 questions. Question 21 to question 28 will come from the topic of numbers. Question 18 to question 19 will come from geometry and construction. And then the last question, just one question, from data handling and probability. And also if you go through my book, you will see quite a number of similar questions in the exam with what we have here and also in my video. Now, we want to look at first, to determine whether my prediction was right, you need to look at first the paper structure and then the content. Let us look at this paper. This paper has section A. This is the paper that was done last year by grade 9 students. Section A is written 20 marks, and if you go through it, you'll see all the questions have multiple choice answers up to question 20. The second section is section B, 80 marks, and has question 21 up to question 40, just as I predicted in my video and in my book. Remember, KJSEA exam 2025 was the first cohort, was the first exam of testing grade 9 or Kenya Junior School Mathematics. In my book, on page Roman 4, I have indicated the structure of the exam, section A to section B. And I have indicated section A will be 20 marks, section B will be structured questions out of 80 marks. To dig even deeper, it is important to look at the topics that were tested, whether they follow this guideline. Remember, I have written that question 1 to 7 comes from the topic of numbers, which is grade 7, 8 and 9. All of them have some subtopics under numbers. We also have other subtopics, algebra, measurement, and so on and so forth. Now, to analyze the exam against the book first, it's quite a task. So what I did, I asked AI, can you compare the exam and my book? 2 AI platforms, by the way. And I attached my book and the PDF of the exam. Today I am asking AI to compare my book, Excelling KJSEA, against the exam, the KJSEA exam that was done in 2025. The mathematics paper is here. So I'm going to attach the 2 files as PDF and see what AI has to say. So the first file is my book, and then this is the exam, KJSEA Mathematics 2025, and then I attach there. So there the documents are uploading and they are done. Let us see what AI has to say. let me show you the results of one of the AI platforms. This is Google's platform. When I sent my book, the exam against my book, so it has written the exam question number, exam topic, similar questions in the workbook, my book, and workbook page. First, it says, based on the two documents provided, there are several instances where questions in KJSEA 2025 mathematics exam directly mirror or are conceptually similar to those found in Excelling KJSEA mathematics workbook. The following table maps similar questions between the exam and various sample papers in the revision book. So you have question 1, it's about identifying prime numbers, and you are given that in sample paper 4 in my book, question 1, which asks about composite numbers on page 28, is similar to what was in the exam. I'm going to give this as an example, and then we move forward. So this is the exam. Question 1 asks, a packet contains number cards. Sally picked cards with numbers 2, 4, 5, and 9 from the packet. Which of the following sets has prime numbers only? So, prime numbers we know are numbers that are only divisible by 1 and the number itself. And in my book, we are saying on page 28, page 28, question 1. The book asks, this sample paper 4, question 1 on page 28. Which of the following is a composite number? So the exam asks about prime numbers, but my book asks about composite number. What is a composite number? A composite number is any other number that is not prime number. In other words, it has more multiples or products than just one in itself. And in this question, we know 2, 7 and 13 are prime numbers. The answer was 18. And in the exam, we know 2, 4 is not a prime number, 2 and 5 are prime numbers, 4 and 9 are not prime numbers, 5 is prime, 9 is not a prime number. So the answer in the exam was B. 2 and 5 are prime numbers. Okay, let us proceed with the analysis made by this platform. It says, question 2, finding largest groups, HCF, that is highest common factor, or GCD, and also LCM. In my book, sample paper 1, question 2, asks about LCM, and also sample paper 5, question 2, asks you to find the highest common factor. Question 3 in the exam asks about integers, temperature change. In my book, sample paper 4, question 22, on page 31, gives a question about submarine depth, height, distance. Maybe you can look at the question so that you can see the similarity. This question 3, temperature of a deep freezer was -8 degrees. The deep freezer was adjusted and the temperature was increased by 15 degrees. What was the temperature of the deep freezer after it was adjusted? How you are supposed to do that is that you are supposed to use the number line, or you just add -8 degrees plus 15. And in my book, there's similar use of this topic of numbers, use of number line is present in sample paper, this question 3, page 31. Let us use the page which is easier. Page 31, question 22, it asks, a diver is 35 meters below sea level. A bird is flying 80 meters above the diver's position relative to the sea surface. Determine the vertical distance between the diver and the bird. If you look at that question keenly, you will see that you are supposed to add suppose the sea level is 0. So the diver is actually negative 35 meters or negative 35 on the number line. And the bird is from 0 to 80 on the positive end. So you are supposed to add 35 and 80. Or alternatively, you could say, in this case you are going to add, because the diver is 35 meters between the sea level and below the sea surface, while the bird is above the sea surface or the sea level. You're supposed to add. So this one is different, slightly. Whatever you have in the exam, you are given this 15 degrees Celsius is similar to the distance between the bird and the man. So you're supposed to understand the difference when you asked about adding a negative or the distance of that person above the ground. Maybe the next exam you'll be asked, you'll be given the position of this man below the earth's surface, and you are given the distance between now this man and the bird, and then you'll be asked about the distance of the bird above the sea level. Let us look at another, generally let us now go faster and just look at what AI says, and then you can take time and look at the book and the exam. Now, question 5, it asks about solving equation value of x. My book is present in page 36. Again, this AI platform says question 7 is there, question 13 in my book, question 14 is present, and continues to give even 3 similar questions, page 17, 37 and 62. Question 15, question 20, question 16, question 17, question 21, 26, 27, 29, unit conversion of kilometers to meters, and so on and so forth. Yes, so this is all it says. Probability questions, calculations, page 40, or question 40, sorry. It gives on my book several examples, page 41 and 85, and I can tell you for sure there are even more similar questions there. Now, what is the overall summary that this AI gives? Listen. The Excelling KJSEA Mathematics Workbook is highly aligned with the 903 Mathematics exam format. 903 is the exam code for KJSEA Mathematics. Nearly every question type in the exam, including multiple choice topics like temperature conversion, map scales, as well as structural questions like cylinder volume and probability, is covered multiple times across the workbook's 12 sample papers. Yes, my book has 12 sample papers. Specifically, sample paper 5 and sample paper 12 contain the highest concentration of questions that directly match the style and difficulty of the 2025 exam. By the way, the number of questions that this AI said are directly similar are 21 questions. Out of 40, 21 questions are directly similar to what is in my book. Then overall summary I've just read for you. Now, I went on to ask another AI platform and compared my book and the exam. My book was titled Final 100 Potent KJSEA Maths Revision Book. This AI platform did not capture the book's title, but the document title that I uploaded. And here is the exam that I uploaded. Now, listen to what this AI platform says. I have compared the KJSEA 2025 mathematics exam against the final 100 potent KJSEA Maths revision book that is excelling KJSEA simply, and identified where exam questions closely match or strongly resemble questions practice items in the book. Below is a mapping table following exam question number, the topic, closest matching question or questions in the revision book, book pages, and similarity level. Note, similarity is based on concept, structure, and skills tested, not necessarily identical wording. That is very important. So NEC might not and does not necessarily have to use exact questions, lift questions from my book or other books, but they test the same concept, wording, skills, and everything. Now this is the comparison table. So exam question number, so this AI showed that all questions, see, question 1 up to question, that is question 18. Then we proceed to section B, question 21 up to question 40. All of them were directly similar to what is in my book, and they continue to give the similarity questions in the book. Prime number identification form sets, word problems on HCF forming groups, temperature increase, and so on and so forth. Now, similarity, it says that question 1 is very high or has very high similarity to what is in my exam. So the book pages have omitted here, but I've indicated in another page. I'm just going to indicate or show right now. Very high similarity, very high question 2, question 3 high, and so on. You can see there is no low. All questions have either very high or high similarity with what is in my book. What about the overall summary? This AI platform said overall 85% of the exam questions have direct or near direct equivalence in the revision book. Section A questions are almost 1-to-1 concept matches. Section B questions match worked examples and end of topic revision tasks. The revision book is highly predictive of the exam structure. Do you see this page, this section Roman 4, page Roman 4 in my book, what I have said, and you can read everything here. This part says the section question 1 to 7 covers numbers. That is what I predicted, and that is what should be there. And that is exactly what was, or that came in the exam. And that format is what this book follows that format. And then comes the exam, follows exact order, that question 1 to question 7, numbers, and so on and so forth. For example, question 20 and question 40 are supposed to come from the topic of data handling and probability. Let us see. Let us see what was in the exam. Question 20 and question 40. Good. This is question 20. This is probability. Probability. Let us see question 40. Good. Question 40 is again probability. Yes. So if you note very well, you'll see that many questions in this book, or many the questions that are in this book, or the format we use in this testing, is present, or is what was followed, or that mirrored exactly what was in KJSEA Mathematics. I would want now to task you as a student to go look at that book well, and clearly each question you go marking. This exam you do questions, and also you do questions in this book, and check even for more similarities. Looking at my video on predicting KJSEA Mathematics that went so viral, you will see that there are many questions that are in that prediction or in that video that are present in this book, in this exam, and it should guide you. It should guide you. You can never go wrong. So what a way to begin the year. This is the first video of the year, and we have checked that we correctly predicted KJSEA 2025. I hope you are looking forward for the video on predicting KJSEA 2026. But first, watch that video. If you never watched that video, watch it again. It will also help you in mirroring what will come in the final exam, because in the new video I will not repeat again about the structure, and it is present in that video. Upon further prompting of AI, this is what it had to say. Each sample paper uses the same numbering: section A, question 1 to 20, section B, question 21 to question 40. Then it proceeded to say this. That there is exact question to question comparison table, section A, multiple question. So this is the exam, the topic, matching question book questions, then book page. And then this is the key observation, something I wanted you to note. Key observation: many exam questions do not just match topic, they match exact question position and skill order. This shows strong structural alignment, not random overlap. Remember in the video that I did on predicting KJSEA Mathematics 2025, I showed which topics will be tested in which question, and you can see from my book and from the exam that was tested last year, AI says that exact matching of this exam of the topics and the question number. So it is important to understand the exam format, testing, and which topics are actually tested where. And just something maybe I could show in the book. This is where I have shown it here. I have shown, this is page Roman 4, just before the table of contents. I have shown that this is the format that will be used, that question 1 in section A, question 1 to 7 will be about the topic of numbers. Question 8 to 10 will be algebra and inequalities, 11 to 17 measurements, 18 to 19 geometry and construction, question 20 data handling and probability. And I proceed to show the same in section B, the same topics but now in the structured questions. Remember, section B is 20 questions again, but here there is no multiple questions. This one has 80 marks, and section A has multiple questions. Each question is 1 mark. And as we begin this year, I would ask you, if this is the first time you are on our channel and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and stay on board. I'll be uploading many questions, solved workings, and also other questions that require you to solve. Also join our WhatsApp groups, see the number on my bio, and ask me to add you in our WhatsApp group, and I will do so. Thank you. Hi there, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you have not, chances are you are going to miss my next YouTube videos. So please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be among the first to see my video. Subscribe, like the video, comment, and share with your friends. Yes, comment. Would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.